We're about to complete the last step-by-step exercise in Microsoft Office 2007 Basics and the Internet. On page, starts on page 50 and ends on page 52. We're going to be viewing a web page. You can connect your computer to the Internet in a variety of ways. At home, you might use a telephone line, although that's a bit antiquated. You might be able to, or might still be using that. It's also considered a dial-up connection, or you could have a high-speed connection through your local cable company, or maybe through a special telephone service such as DSL. In our computer lab, we are on what's called a T1 line, which is very large, and the speed is supposed to be fast. I know we've experienced some lag at times in here, but that's because the traffic becomes rather compacted and there's so many people on doing so many things that we're just not able to have the speed that we should. So remember what Internet means: a vast network of computers, the World Wide Web. A link is one of those things you click to take you to a web page. Uniform Resource Locator, or URL, is the address for these web pages. To view them, you need something called a browser. I use Internet Explorer. I believe that's what's on your computers here in the lab. At home, you might use Google Chrome, Firefox. There's a couple other different browsers that you can use. And then you might start on a specific page. Every time you open up your browser, it goes to the same page. That's called your home page. So this whole thing is my home page. If you ever get a chance to check out Symbaloo, it's kind of cool. It'll once you set it up, mine's not set up, I'm not logged in, but you can put buttons where you want so they're easily accessible, and you can customize it. Alright, on to step-by-step 1.8 on page 52. It says on the taskbar, click Start, and then click Internet Explorer. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and do that. And then I have my Internet Explorer open. And here is my address bar. And notice everything's highlighted. I can either press delete and erase it completely, or I can start typing and it'll erase it and start showing the text that I type. And then I press enter. You're also welcome to click the go button right there. And it says to click a link to see more information. So I know Mr. Armstrong just recently passed away. Now see how my mouse button is turning into a hand. I know it's flickering and kind of hard to see, but as I go over each link, if I'm up here, it's just a regular mouse. But if I click over a link, it turns into the pointing finger. So if I click on that, and then I can read about Mr. Armstrong, very inspirational person in our day. Also, if you ever go to a different link, and these on the top are showing different menus. So if I actually go to a totally different page, I can use my back button up here to go back to the original page I started on. And then it tells you to click another link to display a different page. So let's look at news. And I can read about news and events, what's going on. And then this little button here, it may be in a different location for you. You might have to look in a few different locations depending on which version of Internet Explorer you're running. But we're looking for the home, not the home on the NASA page, but your actual home button on your browser. And then it takes me back to my home page. And then on the title bar, it has us click the close button. And if you have more than one tab open at a time, it wants to make sure, do you want to close all your tabs or just the current one you're on? I'm going to go ahead and close all because I don't need to have my Internet Explorer open anymore today. And you have now completed all your step-by-steps in Microsoft Office 2007 Basics and the Internet.